This podcast was edited and uploaded by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Drip and G podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host of Media Gaming. We record this podcast live every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also watch our video podcast live over on youtube.com/DripGeeb. Drip, I think I said podcast or something. I think I'm turning Midwest or something.
Podcast.
What's good with you, man? How you doing this week?
I am doing fantastic, man. Had a pretty good week.
Did you now? I'm glad you had a good week. I also had a stellar week. Another week on the Drip G podcast. Thank you guys for being here live for this live recording of the podcast. Also, thank you guys for the listening on the YouTube channel or your audio platform of choice. We appreciate it. We got a show this week, man. We have a show. We always do. We always make one if we don't, but we've actually had stuff to talk about that we didn't have to force.
Yeah, man. The tea is hot. The Nintendo tea is hot.
I love that. We need to make a t-shirt. Speaking of merch, the pre-show, Drip and I, we're talking lots about merch and whatnot. That's a good merch one.
The tea is hot.
The Nintendo tea is hot.
I
love
like
it, man.
Don't steal it. Trademark.
Trademark. Before we get started, I'll do a rundown in case you're watching this not live. I'll let you guys know, so you can make your choice if you want to stay or not. We're going to be talking about Disney Dreamlight Valley, and mention a couple of our content creator friends who have been playing that game recently, and we're going to shout them out as well because both of us, I think, especially today, did something specifically to this one person in their chat, and I think we should just kind of apologize. The Dreamlight Valley, we'll get to that in a minute. Dreamlight Valley, that's gonna be the first topic. We'll get to Drip's video that he posted this week, talking about. Actually, you had a tier list. You haven't done that too many times on your main YouTube channel.
I've never done it on the. That's the first time I've done it. We used to do it on stream all the time. Yeah, but I just something whenever they released that one, the thing yesterday, the Pokemon. For some reason I was like, there has to be a tier list. This has to be done. I don't know why, but so we'll talk about Drew's video there in a minute about his tier list of his special edition, all of the Nintendo, not his, but all of the Nintendo Special Edition Switches that have come out, and especially the two most recent, the Splatoon 3 OLED and the Pokemon OLED, which are kind of lighting the internet on fire right now. And we'll finish out with some. What you want to take a guess, Drip, of what the last topic is of the Drip G podcast? That's something we never talk about. It's going to be Nintendo Directs. It's going to be the Switch Pro.
There's the one. There's it is. We're talking about that.
Other. It's one of the other.
One or the other. But I want to actually talk about first. We'll quip. What am I saying? Real quick, Drip. Tomorrow. Today is Thursday as of the recording. You guys will listen to this weekend because I won't be able to edit tomorrow. Because I'm doing a 24-hour live. I'm sorry, it's not 24 hours. 12. It's not 24 hours. It's not. It's 12 hours. But that's not why. I'm not trying to plug myself. You're gonna hear this after that already happens. Splatoon 3 is coming out tomorrow. We should address that. I'm super excited,
dude.
I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
My computer just said boom. Sorry about that. But yeah, there's the Splatoon Switch
excited.
there.
Very excited.
Yeah, I'm gonna play that all day tomorrow. That's gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm midnight. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Going. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really, really excited. The Splatfest, we talked about that last week. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, you and I both, at the end of it, were just jonesing for more.
Yeah.
Had the itch, man. Had the itch.
I know. That itch is going to be quelled tomorrow.
Yes, it will.
Speaking of the itch, I actually had... So this has been like a roller coaster for me. Disney Dreamlight Valley.
Yeah.
Excuse me. It's been a roller coaster for me as far as like the ups and the downs of the highs and the lows of the game. And I started out really high on the game. I kind of settled in yesterday as kind of against the game.
I heard that.
I think I've kind of come back up toward wanting the game. I honestly think I do. I want you guys to tell us in the comments and in the live chat here. What do you guys think? Or reach out to us on Twitter if you're listening on the audio. What do you guys think about Disney Dreamlight Valley? There's a lot of people in our community who play Animal Crossing. This is basically a Disney Animal Crossing hybrid.
Dude, it looks sick. It looks like it's so much fun. It looks awesome.
Yeah, so here's the reason why I was against the game in the first place.
Yeah.
I thought it was just a $30 game, right? And you could buy a $50 version of it with some extra DLC, or you could buy a $70 game version of it with even more DLC.
Right.
I thought that was fine and cool. I went on Chibi's stream, and he was playing. This is on release day. He's telling me, actually, no, it's actually a free play game that they're charging for an entire year, which I found interesting. So they're calling it early access right now.
Yes,
that's not an original thing. There's lots of people have done that before, charging for an early access game. But how many games have they charged early access for when it fully comes out will be free? I don't know of many games.
It's weird. It is kind of, I don't know. Yeah, it's weird that they call it early access. Just like sell the game. Just say it's the game. But I mean, I guess maybe they know because it is. I guess it's buggy.
Yes, I heard that from multiple people. Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess maybe
Shibby even made a YouTube video about explaining how I think in the corner of the screen you can see how many items you can kind of place. Roughly, not exactly how many items, but the amount of blocks being taken up, and he couldn't even get halfway before it started lagging out. So, whereas if you played on any other console, I'm sure you could max that out much closer before it starts lagging out.
Are you seeing that in the chat?
Drip, is that going? Oh, fuck. Sorry, guys. Is he? Okay, let me know if he's echoing
Check
still. He should.
1 2. Check 1 2.
It's coming through my headphones. I don't know why. Okay. I'm turning him way down. Hopefully that fixes everything I can still hear. I don't know why he's echoing.
Oh, is it the headphone thing again?
It's coming through my headphone. I'm
also super loud, so there's that. That doesn't help. Me.
Oh, you're allowed. You are a loud person. Yes, I have to turn it down
headphones.
So quiet. I don't know why. Okay, guys, let me know if it's still happening. Sorry about that.
He's good
guys.
now. Yep.
Moving
on.
on.
Good. So anyway, I want the game. Earlier today, I was sitting here editing and messing around with some stuff that I had to do, and I saw our friend, that one girl, was streaming this game. Well, it said she was streaming Fortnite, but I saw the picture. I was like, that's not Fortnite. That's this Disney game, and I want to see it. So I stopped in there, and obviously, I knew we were going to talk about this tonight, so I started, just getting the tea, trying to figure out what's going on, trying to understand what this game's all about. And I want to get it, man. I think it looks good. I know you got to pay for it, but it's like there's missions and stuff. There's a lot of missions. That's what I think is cool about it. You got to go do stuff, then you get the coins. I mean, everything seems to be very expensive. Very expensive. Everything you buy seems to be very expensive, and the pricing system is I don't understand the pricing system at all. You can get a bed for like 1 million coins or a lamp for 60 million. I don't know.
That seems a little bit extreme.
Yeah, it's not exactly like that, but the pricing it's all over the place. It's really weird. But I don't know. It looks awesome. It looks awesome. I want to get it. Buggy or not, I don't know. I still want to get it.
Yeah. So I have no issues with the bugs. I expect it if they're calling it early access. I have no issues with the price of the game. I think $30 is actually pretty fair, and I think fine for that kind of game. I actually, before I heard what Chibi told me, I actually thought that $70 was reasonable. I'm like, I'm thinking about that 70 because I'll get all the extra stuff, give me all that cool stuff. Like, I was down for that. But when I heard that in a year, the clock is gonna change and suddenly it's a free to play, the first thought I had in my mind was all those people who paid 50 or 70, even 30, are gonna get screwed. Not because the game's not because the game's gonna be free and they paid money. No. Because that means now pay to win or pay to unlock items is now gonna be activated. And all these people who paid for the game had items that are exclusive. These are not the same items gonna be later. These are exclusives that are never going to come back. The items that they're going to want in a year from now, they're going to have to give even more money to. And I'm on the camp of just charge, either put it out free right now and charge 30, 50, 70 for DLC, or just put the game out as a paid game and forget the pay to win stuff.
Yeah, I don't know, man. But that's the thing. You got to be in the mind of people who want to play these type of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want all the stuff. Like all that early access stuff, all the limited stuff that you can only get now. The people playing these games, that's what they're there for. Like they want that stuff. They want to be able to have all the stuff. I know that one girl, when she was streaming earlier, she's like, I want it all. I want to unlock every single thing in this game. And she was going down. I mean, there's a ton of stuff, like a ton of stuff But I mean, that's what you play the games. I mean, it's just like Animal Crossing. Like, you want the stuff. You want all the new stuff. You see something new in a store you never seen, you buy it, right? You get it. Guaranteed. You don't have something you want, you go to your buddy's island, they give it to you, or somebody brings it over. I mean, that's what these games are. It's really what they are. Decorating, collecting.
Yeah. Yeah. And I am not, I like I told you, I have kind of swayed my opinion, not because I've reconsidered my stance on how I dislike how they're releasing this game, but because I thought that this game was going to be a glorified simulator Disney princess game or something. Like before I saw gameplay, I was thinking, yo, this game is just about making your island look pretty, going to another island, taking the items, bringing them back to your island, and making it more pretty.
Yeah, there's a story.
But there's a story, and there's gameplay elements to this. Like, there's actually, like, I was watching that one girl, and she was, and Chibi, and they were mining resources.
Yeah,
like, I like that a lot. Yeah, I know it's not Minecraft or anything like that
when I was there, but yeah, like, they send you on missions. You got to go find stuff. You got to do stuff. Animal Crossing, yeah. With Animal Crossing, you just live. There's no missions. Right. You're not going out to do things. Well, I guess in the beginning you are. You got to build stuff and do this.
It's very
and
boring and dumb. Go grab 10 sticks, walk around the island, find 10 sticks.
I know. Well, that's super early.
This is like, yo, go take this fucking axe and beat up those rocks, and then you get some resources back to make pretty
things. It's like
you're
trying to get to the end game anyway. You know what I mean? It's like you're not there for the mission. You want to get through that so you can have the end game to do whatever you want.
Yes.
I mean, I'm guessing this is not. I mean, maybe it is like. I don't think there's a huge end game like that, is there? There's probably going to be new missions and stuff added, new things to do. New story elements, I would imagine. Maybe not.
Yeah, the whole point that there's a story and there's things to do, even more than Animal Crossing. This is more of a game than I thought. I thought this, like I said, I thought it was going to be more of a sim. This is not a sim. It's a true game. And if you want to charge right now for early access while you fix the bugs, that's totally fine to me.
It's just a choice. Nobody's
got to do it. It's just a choice.
Yeah.
I was calling it a cash grab, and I do want to take that back.
Last night.
I do understand now. They're not cash grabbing. They kind of are. But they're not.
It's a business.
Just like anybody else. Just like anybody else is cash grabbing. They're also cash grabbing.
It's
fair
fine.
enough.
It's not. It's not anything egregious. It's not anything. It's like disgusting.
Yeah.
So it's fine.
Right. Once I can afford this game. At the moment, I've already bought Cult of the Lamb twice. And at the second time I bought the DLC with it. So I'm $50 deep on Cult of the Lamb right now.
One game.
Yeah, so I don't need to, and I already bought Splatoon. I can't really buy another game right now, but in a couple weeks from now, you can bet on me buying $30 for this game. Might even splurge if I have extra cash. That's probably not going to happen, but $30, I can definitely afford that in a few weeks.
Oh, you know what is cool? I found this out today too. Same place. I got all my information from her stream today. I went in there, I was like, listen, Geeb and I are going to be fighting about this later. You got to give me all the information. I need all this stuff. I need to know.
Yeah.
It's actually on Game Pass too. I already have it. I just have to download it. It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, I'm jealous about that. She let me know too, and I want to address you can keep going, but I want to address real fast that I also later on when you weren't there went into that one girl stream for information for this podcast. So the two of us decided to use that one girl today as our resource for this game. So you should really go check out that one girl's Twitch. I will post it down below in the description and whatnot. And Shibby because we got some. I also got some information from Shibby. So both of those links for their Twitches will be down below.
For sure.
But we definitely used you guys for some information.
Hey, and you know what? It's not like we don't appreciate it, guys. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah. Performance, Disney Dreamlight. What do you think about it on the Switch?
From what I'm told, I don't know. I haven't played it. I'm told it's awful. I don't know.
Well, you got to watch a little bit from that one girl, and I watch from Shibby. I can't confirm.
Was that on Switch? Was she on Switch?
Yeah. Yes, she was.
Oh yeah. It was buggy then. It was pretty bad.
Well, buggy. Okay, so buggy has nothing to do with performance, right?
Glitchy.
That's early access stuff. That's stuff you have to expect. That early access, you have to.
It runs.
I'm talking about how
it runs. Shit. It runs like shit.
I'm surprised you. I'm surprised you're so strongly about that because I think it runs bad. I think it runs like shit?
Clearly bad.
It does not run like shit. It's not how Warriors 10 frames per second is bad.
No, well, yeah, that's extreme though. That's on the extreme side of everything. I mean, we've got we've got Switch games that run bad. Then we have Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity.
It's in its own category.
Yeah.
Love that game, but it's in its own category.
Well, there's a few in that category. Arc runs like it's really
Arc
bad.
is not great.
Anyway, I don't know, man. It's not. I'm sure it'll be better. I'm sure it will get better. How much better is really just going to depend on how much time they want to put into making it better. Because I mean, we've had this conversation 100 times. Anything can run on Switch as long as the time's put in and the resources to make sure it's right. Optimized.
For sure.
So, I mean, it can be done. Will it be done is the question.
Can it be done? But the question is, will it be done?
Yeah.
I actually kind of think it's not that bad. And I'm the guy who complains about every game's performance. Like you guys know, you guys listen to us for long enough. I complain about every game. I am not going to complain about this one. I'm really not. I mean,
I could tell.
I think it looks, especially the water, I think it looks really good. Now, performance. So there's subcategories. We have graphics, and we have how those graphics perform with those graphics. Now, it doesn't perform great, but the visuals are actually good, right? So we use Hyrule Warriors, for example. That is the worst of the worst, right? Graphics, not good. Performance, even worse. This game, graphics, very nice, very pretty. Performance, not great. But at least we have something that looks good. And it doesn't look like ass.
Yeah, it's early access.
And it's early access.
It is.
So it's only going to get a little better.
I'd like to check it out. I'm going to do it on Game Pass, free. Check it out if I like it. You know me, man. I want it on Switch. If I can have it on Switch, I want it on Switch. I want to be able to play it in bed.
For sure.
If I can play it in bed, I'm happy.
Yeah. And I'm the kind of guy who I'm not going to have a problem buying games twice, especially being a streamer. I can justify it. I can write both off on taxes. But also, I like the option. You guys can't see it in the podcast feed right now, but if you watch my Twitch streams, you see my PC. It's pretty decent. And I like having the option to play games at high quality, but also the option to play them in bed. And I'm not going to sit here and complain about Switch being crappy. I understand what that's for. That is for playing you're in bed, playing it on the go. If I want to have cutting edge graphics, that's what this PC is all for, man. Just get an Xbox, get a PlayStation 5, get a PC if you want cutting edge graphics. You want to get playable graphics on the Switch. Yeah. So I'm not complaining about the way it looks. I think it looks great. Performing, not so great, but that's an early access. We'll shit on it next year when it comes out full and it still runs like garbage. Then we can shit on it. But for now, absolutely no complaints from me. Speaking of complaints, bro, we gotta talk.
I knew you were going here,
and I'm gonna acknowledge in the audio right now. I have dogs barking. I know you guys can hear it sometimes. I'm doing my best, but just I'm aware of the dogs, guys. Sorry about that.
I can't even hear them. I have music up really loud though.
Some people, if you're wearing whatever. Anyway, so moving on, I have complaints, Drip. You posted a video. It's doing great. It's moving its way up in your list there. You did a tier list. Do you want to talk about why you made this video and what it's about?
Well, we saw yesterday morning, Nintendo released a second OLED special edition. This one's for the new Pokemon games coming out. And I think it's fucking ugly. And I don't know. I started thinking yesterday morning, I was like, man, we've actually got a lot. If you look at like all the stuff that, stuff that didn't come out in the United States, stuff that, maybe wasn't at retail, like special things, there's been a lot. There was probably a few more I didn't even get in the list, but I don't know. I just wanted to rank them. I felt like there was finally enough that we could rank all of them. And I've never done a tier list on the channel. I've done it on stream, but I've never done one. And I wanted to see how it went, and it went good. But you seem to have major issues with my list.
Yeah, I don't want to go crazy deep into the list specifically, because I'm probably going to do that next week, barring any surprises on my end, work-wise. Make a video about this, spoilers. However, I'm going to open this list right now. I'll post. Oh, I can't. It's so small. I wish I could see it. Crap. It's much smaller than I thought. Let me pull it up on my phone here. I can look at it like this. Not great for
sorry
video.
About that. It's a screen. It's funny. It's fine. The whole video, I'm like, hey guys, share them in the Discord. I didn't even save mine.
I that's kind of.
I mean, I have it on video. There's a video of it, but I didn't even save it. You were like, send that in the chat. I was like, Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna have my
from the video.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my phone right here so I can take a look at this. You guys will be able to watch the video. You can pause it at the end to see his tier list, or maybe I'll post it in Discord even. So let's start from the very bottom real fast. Actually, we will go every single one. We won't talk about it very much, but the ones that are not notable. F tier. I don't think really anybody. I'm sure everyone's gonna have an issue. I'm sorry, not everybody, but some people are gonna have issues with just like I do, have issues with every listing. It's to some degree, right? Like they may think, oh, that F needs to go to D, not F. I think it's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
but I'm not gonna be doing that right now. Splatoon Switch, the original Splatoon Switch.
The first one. Yeah. All it is just a Switch with the damn Joy-Cons that you can. Like, it's not a special edition.
Yeah,
they put pictures on the box.
I'm going to say, and
Piss
also
poor effort. Piss poor effort.
And the Mario Red Edition. I'm sorry, the Red Edition, not the red and blue. That's later. The Red Edition, where the deep red of the Odyssey Switch, basically, if you want to call it that. Again, those two are in the F tier. I think they're both. I agree with you. I think they're both pretty lazy. I think that's fine to put them down.
There's nothing on the back. There's nothing. Yeah. There's nothing.
No complaints here. Moving on, D tier. You have the special edition Disney Switch. Now, it has like a picture of Mickey Mouse ears on it near the home button. It's got little speckles on it. We'll call this low effort, not no effort.
It's low effort.
But low effort.
I also have the new Pokemon Switch there, too. It's just not pictured in that picture. That's where the new Pokemon Switch went to.
Okay. We'll get the Pokemon. That's going to be its own segment later on. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll get there.
So that I don't know, it's fine. I think it should be C. Or even higher, because there's some Switches you put above it that I'm like, why? Like the Fortnite Switch? You have that above the Disney Switch?
It came with so much stuff.
But listen, you can't make a list about the special edition looks and say, but it came with V-Bucks.
Okay, so, but it's got designs on the back of the Switch. It's got designs on the front of the dock. It's got brand new Joy-Cons with designs on it that you can't get anywhere else. Dude, that's a good special edition. It came with 2,000 V-Bucks. A special skin that you could only get when you bought. Like, that's cool, man. That's a great special edition.
I am judging these solely off of the way they look, not what's included.
I'm weighing everything. Everything. You gotta. It's a whole package.
Because at the end of the day,
of buying it, when you get it, how do you feel when you get it? Like, oh, look at all this cool stuff. Like, that's cool, but it's not like the best stuff. The dock didn't have really it was. There was a lot of stuff printed on it, but it was still kind of low effort. So C. But it came with all that stuff. So
no, it's Disney Switch is much. It's not much. Disney Switch is slightly above Fortnite. Fortnite, if you flop those two, I'd be happy, honestly.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, guys. You have, and here I have issues with both of your placements of the Switch lights. You have the newer Pokemon, the shining. What is it?
Brilliant Diamond,
Shining Pearl. It's again, you can see the graphics if you check out the links down below. That Switch is amazing. I know it's a redone design. I know.
I just felt like
it's a redone design of a 3DS from prior years. I get it.
And it doesn't mean it takes the exact same. I didn't even say this in the video. It takes the exact same thing they did with the Switch Lite they did for the last Pokemon game they released. It's the same thing on the back, but just insert Pokemon here.
I think it looks great on the Switch Lite. They also, attention to detail. The few Switches that has done this, in fact, I don't think there's any other Switch that has done this. They use the black buttons and triggers and sticks on the Switch Lite. Now, I know that's not necessarily the same thing for the Switch, but we don't have a single Switch regular edition that has white buttons or sticks or triggers. But we do have this Switch Lite that they thought, hey, we should change the buttons out because it would look better. And they did it. Yeah, where if we go back to let's say the Splatoon Switch, I think we all can agree those buttons and triggers should be white. There's no reason why they're black. They didn't take that extra mile with that. But this one they did. And for that effort alone, plus the graphics looking nice, also the texture is like this metallic texture, and you have it at C? Bro, that is an A Switch. An A Switch you have in C tier. That is a big issue. Also, speaking of Switch lights, the one you had, it was light gray. It had, again, blue and red buttons. They went the extra mile.
No, and that's why
the design on the back is original and beautiful.
The design on the back,
and you have it as a B.
See.
You have the stupid Pokemon Pikachu Switch and the fucking cardboard Switch.
Okay, no, now hold on.
Above those Switch lights? Whoa. What is wrong with you?
No. You slow down.
I'm not slowing down. I'm speeding up. I'm going to keep up. My turn. You made a 20-minute video. My turn.
That cardboard Switch
is awesome. Garbage, bro. Throw that cardboard Switch where it belongs in the recycle bin. Get out of here with that garbage.
You know what I want you to do?
And you have the Smash Bros. Switch at A tier? That's a B tier. That's a B tier Switch. It's fine. It looks good. It's not. It's basically the Monster Hunter, but not pretty with gold. Monster Hunter is an S tier. You got your S tiers perfect. You have the S tier Splatoon.
Yeah, I know the S tiers are perfect.
Monster Hunter, Animal Crossing Switch. I think the Animal Crossing is number 1 for simplicity and perfection of the dock. That's me.
I do like
Mario Red Switch. Mario Red Switch is perfect. Your A tier is perfect. I'm sorry, your S tier is perfect. Your A tier is absolute hot garbage steaming piles of shit.
Stop for a second. I want you to do something. You don't have to do it now, but in the Discord, I asked people to put theirs in the Discord. Go look, because most people have that cardboard Switch pretty fucking high, bro.
You're all wrong.
And your brother, your own brother.
My brother can be wrong.
He's not. He's right. He thinks it's fire. Dude, it's sick. You know it's sick.
I don't. Awesome. I think it's awful.
Oh, my God. What? Oh, did you see what they're going for? I don't know how many there are in the world. I think there's only like 2 of them. Did you see what they're going for on eBay?
No, I don't. While you're looking that up, I will tell you that the Disney Switch that you despise so much in D tier.
I don't despise it. It's just not that cool.
I believe that Switch is, at least if I got my information from Beat 'em Ups a while ago, a few months ago. He said that one was the most expensive one, and at like $1,200 on eBay. Maybe the cardboard has gone more, because I think you said in your video the cardboard Switch is even more rare because it was just a giveaway. Is that right?
Yeah, you had to. Holy fuck! It's $150,000.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's not a real Switch, right? That's just a giveaway Switch.
It was like a competition or something. I don't know exactly what it was for. I don't remember. I remember whenever they showed it. It was like, I think it was earlier this year, maybe in the winter. I don't know. Maybe it was last year, late. I don't know. Dude, it's sick. It's so sick. It looks like fucking. Come on, man. Come on.
I can get past that. If you put that at the bottom of the A tier or B tier, I can get past your love for it. But the fact that the 2 Switch lights is the most egregious thing that you have on this. Those Switch lights are the best looking Switches, period. Better than the Splatoon OLED, better than the Animal Crossing. Those 2 Switch lights are the best.
I really like the sticks on
now, because I'm sorry to interrupt, but like about those Switch lights, they don't have the luxury of coming with a dock, right? We're judging the system, and the system
it's got to be fire, and the
system is fire.
No, the one is. I don't think the one. I don't think the brilliant diamond shining pearl one's that good.
It's fire. It's simple. It's just
I like
because it's dark colors.
Metallic, like the metallic color of it is cool, but it's like I said it in the video. I have the problem with one is fixed on one, and I have the problem with this one that is not on that one. The front's just too plain on the other one, because like you said. It's only got that. It's got to go hard, and it doesn't on the front.
Okay, so like for the Fortnite Switch, just because they put a little graphic on it, and it's a color that is not another color on Switch Joy-Cons, just because it has a graphic and a color doesn't make it good. I'm sorry. You're judging it like, oh, well, they put graphic on the front and the back. I mean, they drew a penis, but I mean, it's there. It's a graphic, and it's a blue. Which is not the same blue we have the other one.
It's not.
It's blue.
It's not.
So that's special and cool, but it's great.
I can't wait to see your list. I'm going to rip your list.
Our lists are going to look really similar. I hope you understand. They're going to look really similar. The Switch light's getting bumped up.
You didn't like the Pikachu and Eevee one either, but
Pikachu and Eevee sucks.
You're so wrong about that.
And you know what the best part
about that one is?
The best part about that.
Oh, shh.
It's just they just slapped a pop and a pop of a Pikachu and said, "Here's your dock. Show me your dock, guys. It's a Pikachu, and there's a second Pikachu."
They match the Joy-Cons. They match the Joy-Cons, and that's actually the coolest part about it. No, the Joy-Cons are ugly.
The yellows are ugly. Both those yellows are ugly.
Those are probably some of the coolest Joy-Cons, especially with their what are those things called that go on the Joy-Cons?
No,
the wrist straps.
Yeah.
Oh man, they look fire with the wrist straps on. They're good.
Listen, can we agree on one thing? Can we just agree on one thing before we get off
absolutely
this?
Not.
The best Joy-Cons They're not a special edition Switch, but they are the best if you add white sticks to them. Is
done. Yes.
The Skyward Sword Joy-Cons.
1000%.
No competition.
No
Forget
question.
Zelda
They're the
fandom there. Those are the best. No. Now the Splatoon ones rival it. The Animal Crossing ones, for their simplicity, I just love with the pastel and the simplicity.
Need white sticks though. These should have had white sticks.
White stick. They should have had. I have
sticks, white
the
buttons.
white covers on them to fix it. But triggers would have been nice too. Gold would. They could have done so many things, but. The Animal Crossing ones, they're a close second place for me.
What about these, dude? Where do you rate these? Where do you rate my special editions?
What's higher than S? I love Arizona T, and I love Drip Media Gaming. What's better than that? Oh my god! Hopefully you guys enjoyed our yelling. I think that was fun.
Everybody enjoys it when we yell.
Not everybody. I think I'm gonna get lots of hate. People hate me for when I speak my mind. You speak your mind, people love you. I speak my mind, people are like, "Shut the hell up, you idiot!" Like I don't know, people like fucking love you.
I'm sorry.
Your hands are small, Geeb. They're like, "Fuck you."
Get that small hand. That small hand, man.
They're big hands. I'm telling you.
It's that one small hand, man. It's weird.
They fat hands. They're not big. They're fat, just like me. So moving on, we didn't really talk about this that much. There's not going to be much debate here. The Pokemon OLED was just announced yesterday as a recording of this episode.
Yeah. We
will fight about it a little bit. Okay, and here's why. If you want to see what it looks like, I'll post links. Don't worry. Look it down below. Here's why. Your biggest gripe is the color combination.
Yeah, it's terrible.
My biggest gripe is the design on the back,
also
including
terrible.
The colors.
Terrible.
So the way they did that looks like a 4-year-old found a lighter and melted their crowns all over the back and smeared it in the shape of Pokemon.
It's not good.
But the Joy-Cons, while there's by your own rules, Drip, by your own rules, they put a graphic on it. There's a graphic on the front.
Nice.
On both the fronts.
Yeah, they look. And the graphics look good on those. The colors are terrible, but I like the little graphics.
How can you say the colors are terrible? So you explain your color wheel for everybody.
Okay. Normally, if you have a color wheel, the way this works is if you're looking for a color that will match the color that you're using, you look directly across. That's like the easiest way to go. Not all the time. There's also other complementary colors that works different, but usually you don't do what that is. That's red and purple. It's just they
You good?
Is
there a ghost back there?
She's reminding me about Chauncey's medicine, I think.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I already gave it to him. It's fine. They clash. It's an eyesore. It looks like it's just hard to look at. It doesn't look natural. It doesn't feel right. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
When you look
disagree.
at something like here, I can relate this. You'll know exactly what I mean. You're making a lot of thumbnails now, right?
I am.
You know when you start moving stuff around, but you got it like kind of where you want it, but you're like, it doesn't work. But then you just move that one thing, move it over, change and you're like, there it is. That's it. That's what I wanted.
Okay.
Done.
All right. I hear you.
That's where
that makes a lot of sense.
It's like half baked. I don't like it. I hate it.
That's a term you should not throw in this. Dude, the games are called Scarlet and Violet. What do you expect them to do?
Just make it look better than that.
Blue
the whole
and yellow?
back looks
You want
terrible.
blue and yellow again for the Scarlet and Violet games?
No.
What do you want them to do?
I don't know. Make 2 different Switches. They sell 2 different games. Why the fuck not?
That's the best thing you've said all podcast right there.
I mean, why not?
That's what they do.
Make a Violet Switch, make a Scarlet Switch.
You always get it right at the end, Drew. That's what I like about you. You always get it right.
I gotta think it through a little bit. You know?
That's exactly what they should do. Make 2 Switches. Because
they do it.
They should make 2 Switches. And that'd be a total of 3 special edition OLEDs if they were to do that. And they should do that because they're prepping for the Switch Pro. They're getting rid of all the OLED stock. They're getting it all ready to go, selling it to you at 360, and then a month from now they're going to go slash. No more OLED. Here's the regular Switch for $200, the Switch Lite for $150, and a Switch Pro for $400. That is our Switch lineup. No more OLED. It is gone. Here we are in the modern world, 2023. Breath of the Wild Switch OLED Pro.
I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, no, that's not happening. Sorry to spoil my joke there. No, that's not happening. But is it though, Drip? We should talk about that for a minute.
I mean,
is that what they're doing? Is this why are they getting rid of stock because they haven't done any?
I will say this: it is weird. It is weird. But now this all came. You told me this morning that this kind of sparked from an RGT85 video you watched yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Now I watched it today. I watched it today before we came on here because I wanted to see where you were getting this from. First thing I know, I watched it and I was like, well, that's wrong. That's wrong right there for sure. I
want to say RGT did not say that exactly. That was
I know. Yeah. He didn't say exactly. Yeah. Well, the one thing he said that was wrong, the very first thing, I was like, well, that's not right. I literally just did a video about that yesterday. He said that, there hasn't been really that many special edition Switches. I'm like, there actually had, like, I think I had a list of 17 of them yesterday.
You made a long list, my friend.
Yeah, there was a list of 17. So they have done it a lot. We haven't got any OLEDs yet. We haven't. So his whole thing was like they're doing this to push stock, to push the parts that they already have out, which makes sense, especially, you're going to push Switches on a fan base. You're aiming it the right place. Splatoon, definitely good. Pokemon, best place to do it. Best place. Those things are going to sell like crazy. I don't know how many of them they're going to make, but they will sell every damn one of them. That's for sure. I just don't. I don't know. And you know we've talked about this too. I've been on the conspiracy theory that the OLED was not supposed to be the OLED anyway. It was supposed to have different parts and have, better graphics, better performance, better everything. And the pandemic got in the way, the chip shortage. I still really do think that is what happened. This thing, they already had manufacturing lines set up. Millions had been dumped into this. They can't just not do it. You know what I mean? They had to put something in there, put it out. Now, at this point, though, do you really think, and it's so hard for me to see them doing it. Do you really think that we have this OLED now, which everybody loves? If you've played one, you know. If you have an OLED, you know how much better it is than the regular Switch. The screen is miles and miles better.
Yep.
So do you think that at this point, they're just going to cut that off? They're just going to be like, nah, we're going to go back to the old style Switch, and now we have a Switch Pro. You can buy that, but the OLED's just gone. Does that make sense?
I want to go beyond that question. I'm going to go beyond that question, but I will answer your question. No, it doesn't make sense.
No.
But here's where it might make sense. If the OLED truly does cost more to produce, if it truly does cost,
I don't know if it costs more. I don't know how much more. I don't think it's much more.
If it costs whatever Nintendo's margins are, if it doesn't reach the right margins that they want, it does make sense because the old Switch does meet their margins. The new Switch, the OLED, if it doesn't meet the margins they want to hit, I could see that in a world like that. But but I'm gonna go beyond that. So you're still right because he is so wrong about this because he overlooked one thing. I keep saying it like he didn't say it. He's not wrong. He didn't overlook something. He theoretically overlooked something. Okay. He theoretically overlooked the fact that I think a lot of us here do believe that the Switch OLED's body and screen is the exact body and screen that is the Switch Pro is going to have.
I think
the Switch Pro. The reason we got the OLED in the first place is because they had the parts, but they didn't have all the parts. But they had enough parts to make stuff, but didn't have enough parts to make a quote-unquote Pro or updated Switch. But they had all these screens, and they had all these parts. They just went, okay, we'll make it work, man.
The dock.
We'll throw... The dock is the new dock. The dock is the new dock. This is the new dock.
It has that. There's a chip in there. We still don't know what it does.
I'm reliving what I listened to yesterday. I listened back to that episode today. Go back and listen to our archive, guys. We were wrong. We were incredibly, fantastically wrong about so many things. You can listen to our archive.
Not yet. We don't know.
And Drip is fantastically wrong about this dock because this dock is different.
There's something in that dock.
There's nothing in it.
It is. They already said whatever that chip is used for upscaling. Like it can be used for upscaling.
Not the upscaling that you're thinking. We're not arguing about this. We're not doing it.
Doesn't matter. Anyway, this dock is the new dock. It is. Takes updates. The old dock, you can't update the old dock. This one has updates. It will take updates. So something is going to change in there at some point. Like a planned change. I think the same body. I don't see this body changing, man.
No, that body is perfect, man. That if you look at the Steam Deck, right? Huge, massive, heavy, right? You look at these extra consoles that come out, these Windows machines and Linux machines, handheld PCs. Yeah, 1 hour battery life.
Yeah,
they get. You know, you gotta be. They're hot as crap. They burn your hands if you hold them. This Switch is the perfection of handheld in 2022.
Yeah, I mean, it could use a little extra on the Joy-Cons, but that's another thing too.
But you could the accessories, man.
Yeah. I mean, I use a grip, but it's going to be. I mean, what are they going to do? They're going to put out new Joy-Cons at this point? No.
Listen, I'm a firm believer that designing the system the way Nintendo did, designing those Joy-Cons the way they did, is a better idea because you can just have accessories, because the accessories are going to be better than whatever you can design to fit in your compact package. Just make it compact as possible and release accessories to make it way more comfortable than you can't just fit a Satisfy grip on a regular Switch and call it a day. That'd be way too big and chunky. But you can always take off that Satisfy grip.
Right.
And now it's portable again. Yeah. So like it's a better idea. The way they did it is perfect. It's perfection of handheld in 2022.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe 2023 comes around and the Steam Deck 2 comes out and it blows it out the water and it's smaller, better battery life. Maybe. Unlikely.
So do you think? Shibby asked this in my comments yesterday too, and I told him the same thing. I believe he asked if I read it correctly. I did read it fast, but I believe he said or asked me if I thought that because this was happening, that means we're not going to get another Switch next year. But honestly, I think they could be thinning out the stock of these parts still because they know maybe once this does come, they're probably not going to be selling as many of these. It doesn't have to be because they're getting rid of it. It could just be because they know there's going to be another one on the market, which is going to take away. Obviously, it's going to take away from this one's sales. So before you put the other one out, it would be very smart to put a bunch of really cool looking ones out that people want to get rid of some of them. So when you do start selling the other one, you're not stuck with a bunch of backstock Switch OLEDs. You're good. You've already got rid of a ton of them. You still have some to give, but you got the new thing too, and they're all going.
Yeah. I have nothing else to say.
Okay,
you're dead wrong on that. Sorry, you're dead right on that.
I was gonna say,
we're gonna fight again.
Dude,
round two. Ding ding. You're totally wrong, man. No, you're totally right, man. Absolutely. Do I think it's as big as maybe some would think? Not putting words in RGT's mouth, just being clear. Is it as big as some would think? No, I think you're right on. I think it's just like a small, like, sense. Hey, it'd be really nice if we could clear out some of this warehouse because we're not going to sell these after this other one comes out. So, but we can sell them right now if we make them pretty. Yeah. So let's just do that. And I think it's totally possible.
That's the thing. They still will sell. There's going to be people who don't want to pay this upgraded Switch if we get it. It's going to be $400, $450. There's going to be people who don't want to pay that. They want to buy a light. They want to buy an OLED. They want to buy whatever, any of them, not that. So, I mean, the stuff is still there. They have options, but you don't want to have way too many of these things sitting back because right now these are the ones that are selling. These are the hot ones.
Yeah.
They won't be. They won't be after this new one comes out.
So I don't really have much to add. I think we kind of nailed it on the head. It's a little bit too early to end the podcast, so I'm going to throw in a quick last one that is in this realm that we're talking about. Let's talk about the lack of anything Switch Lite related. We have, when's the last time we got a special edition Switch Lite? Last year? Over November 19th.
We've got two.
Or somewhere around there.
Both Pokemon ones. Yeah, it was the brilliant
a year
Diamond
ago.
Shining Pearl one, yeah.
Since then, we've had an OLED release. We've had 2 special edition OLEDs. So 3 Switches coming out, all in the new form factor with an OLED screen. And the one that was heavily speculated to come out, at least by me, speculated, the Switch Lite OLED.
Switch Lite? Oh, no. Yeah.
Switch Lite OLED.
Yeah. I still think that's happening.
Where? But when? When and where?
Know. I still think it's happening. Why would they leave that one behind?
Because maybe they cycle it out. Here's what if you want to talk about getting rid of a Switch variant, I'm not saying they should do this. I love the Switch
man.
Lite.
People love the lights.
I know. I know.
The people who love them love them.
Here's why. Here's why it's possible. Because you can easily drop the regular Switch down to $200, $199.99. The original V2 or V1 if you want. Forget about it. Get rid of the V1 or V2 if you want it. Whatever. V2, V1 doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, you mean the original Switch, just that style, not get rid of the V2 and sell the V1. That's what I thought you meant.
Sell the V2 and the V1s at $199.99.
No, V1s are gone. They're done.
Sell the V2. Sell the OLED at $250, $300, probably $300, and sell the Switch, whatever is next, Pro, if you will, at $400. Buy OLED, because are they going to make the margins they want at the Switch Lite? The Switch Lite at $150, and if they have it, where's the Switch Lite OLED fit in that pricing structure? It doesn't really.
$250. It just doesn't.
No, because
you're making prices
the
up.
V2. I know I am, but okay.
But listen, if you go with the pricing structure now, you're at $200 for the Lite. You're at what, $300 for the regular Switch and $350 for the Switch OLED.
Mm-hmm.
So we saw them put an OLED screen in the Switch, give it a little facelift, charge $50 more for it. Switch Lite OLED, $250. Why not? Makes sense. And yeah, honestly, I don't think there needs to be.
Is that too much for the market? Is that
yeah, it is. The regular Switch and the first generation Switch and Switch Lite need to go. That's like they did the same thing with the 3DS and the DS. The 3DS especially, they would drop, 3DS, then a 3DS XL, then a new 3DS, and a new 3D. Then they would slowly just keep taking the ones off the market and just incremental upgrades. That's eventually what they're going to do. I still think the one to go will be the V2, the original Switch, and the Switch Lite. The Switch Lite will be replaced with an OLED. I mean, I kind of had my tinfoil hat on. I was making up too many prices. Looking back at what I just said, I was lowering everything probably too much, and Nintendo won't do that, damn well.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go over that one more time. So we got the original Switch Lite is still there.
No,
it's gone. That's gone too.
Let it go. Original Switch Lite gone.
So we have the Switch Lite OLED at $250.
$250, yeah.
And we have
because they need to raise the prices anyway. They need to raise the prices of these systems.
Say goodbye to the V2.
Yeah, needs to go.
Say goodbye to the Switch Lite. We introduced the Switch Lite OLED for $250.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have the regular. Then we have the Switch. What's next?
The OLED would be the middle ground. $350. Yeah,
$350. That stays the same.
$250, $350, and I'm telling you, it's going to be $450 for this new one. If it's a Pro, if it's got, it's going to be $450.
Why? Tell me why.
Because it will be. Because it's Nintendo.
Give me a reason. It's Nintendo.
Well, okay, here's
they sell
one reason
cheap
why.
things.
Here's what
affordable things, not cheap.
Here's one reason. Yeah, right. They have those affordable options. You've got two other options if you don't want this.
You're making a bold statement there. Go ahead and finish.
I mean, look at the consoles that are out now. I mean, the PlayStation 5 is $500. An Xbox Series X is $500.
What do they give you in their package?
They give
you performance of like a $1,500 gaming PC for $500.
I don't think it's maybe
$1,500
pretty well. It does pretty well.
That's a $1,500 gaming PC.
I don't know if it's quite on that level. Don't know if it's quite on that level. But it's very good. It's very good. But it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. They are going to charge a lot for this thing. I'm telling you, I will be shocked if it's only $400. I mean, I'll be happy. I'm not going to complain about it. I'm ready for $450. Ready for it. Ready for $450.
You understand there's real life implications to that too, where there's taxes and shipping. And now we're talking about over $500 for an underpowered handheld that'll get killed by the Steam Deck.
We don't know.
We do.
We don't know how underpowered it's going to be yet. We don't know what's going to be in it. That's the thing.
Look how big they're not this dude. It has to fit in the current OLED. We've already figured this out.
Right. But we already know how they're going to do that. They don't have to put much else in there. It's going to be some type of upscaling DLSS technology or something like that. That's the only way they're going to be able to make this work.
I like what you're thinking. You're very optimistic. I'm a realist, and I'm telling you, the DLSS is going to happen in the dock, like you're saying. It's not going to happen in the system. I mean, there has to be something in the system, right? They have to fit something in there hardware-wise.
The thing that the Switch is missing right now are tensor cores.
Handheld.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know what those are, but for the DLSS technology to work, it requires tensor cores. I don't know what those are, but
handheld
is
means. Not going to change as much as you think it's going to.
I think
handheld's going to be the frame rates are going to be better, and the resolution is going to be locked at 720 because the screen is 720.
I'm fine with that.
But we're already, dude. It's not going to change crazy. It only has to change a little bit. And
here's the problem. Here's the problem.
It's in dock performance is where it has to change. And you're
that
charging
needs to be 4K upscaled.
$450. You have the PS5 at $400. Now you can't walk around with the PS5. Fair point, sir. Fair point. You also can't fit a PS5 in the same kind of body. Well, you can. You can. It's a lie. You can fit a gaming PC in a PS5 body. You can. Mm-hmm. You can't for $500 though.
No, you can't.
You can't. Well, you
but
can.
I mean,
and you can't.
Know,
and it's not.
You have to remember this too. You have to remember the company
much.
you're talking about.
You're talking about Nintendo going back. You're talking about Nintendo going back to GameCube era, where they're trying to compete.
I don't think they're going to try to compete.
For $450, they have to compete. They have to. They are already competing. There's how many dock players are there? A lot of dock only players. They have to convince those guys, hey, $450. It's more than PS5. But you can walk around with it. Well, I don't care about that, Nintendo. Well, don't buy it. They lose sales. They want to sell as many things as they can. They make a profit off these things.
Do you know how? Like, let's be real. So let's say the Switch Pro is announced. You're telling me you think that's going to flop in any way, no matter how much it costs? No. It's going to. It will. It's going to take the Switch to the next level. We've got 130 million of these things sold.
Hey, brother, did the 3DS flop? Did the 2DS flop?
It tried to.
Did the DS flop?
Tried to.
None of those things flopped, right? Very high success.
The 3DS tried to in the beginning. It tried to. They came out with
too
a very aggressive price.
Are you thinking about what you said again?
No, I'm not, because it's still a fair price.
They came out with too high of a price. They've already learned from their mistakes.
No.
They will not come out again with too high of a price. When you have a market where the PS5 and the Xbox cost $400 or $500, you cannot release something that is that inferior for $450. You just can't do it. It won't. People will go, I'm going to wait for a PS5 digital. That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say, dude.
I don't know.
Unless they want Nintendo games.
Great.
Unless they want Nintendo games, and if they just want to play Nintendo games, then an OLED or a Lite is just fine. Because it plays Nintendo games run at either 1080 or 720.
No, they don't.
At great frame rates.
None of them run that.
Yes, 720, yes. A lot of them do. So, most of them run 1080 on a dock.
No, they don't. None of them.
Give or take a couple percentage points.
1080. None of them actually run 1080.
You're picking hairs, man. What's the saying?
There's two. There's like two games that actually run 1080 and 720. The rest of them run.
I want to play Breath of the Wild, and I want to play Mario Odyssey, and I want to play Mario Kart. All those games run at 720 or 1080, just about. And two of those games are 60 FPS, and one, Breath of the Wild, is 30 FPS, but they run stable enough. I know the Quark Farce, don't fucking say that to me. But they run stable enough. And if that's all they want, if all they want is Nintendo games, they're only going to have to spend $300. And they want power, they can just buy $400 for the PS Pro. If they want power in their hands, they can buy a Steam Deck for $400.
You're
just wrong about that price. I wish you would just admit that you're just wrong about $450.
I'm not wrong.
$450 is wrong. It's wrong.
That's what I guarantee that's what it'll be.
We're going to fight more in the after show. Thank you guys for listening to.
Wait.
Oh, God. Come on.
One more thing. If you have something that is $350, that's this. This is $350.
$360.
Okay, this
one. You want to pick hairs, man. It's $360.
Okay, it's but the regular OLED is $350.
Yeah.
Now, you're going to hurt the sales of this one right here if you have something that's only $50 more. You're going to hurt the sales of it. They're going to say, oh, fuck, it's $50. I'm just going to get that one. And that's going to hurt the sales of these. I'm telling you, we've already seen where they want their price structure being. The Lite, the regular Switch were $100 apart. They did put this out, raise the price, but the only reason they raised the price is because they want the price to be higher. they're still going to keep that $100 between. They just want the price to be higher. They know these things are selling. They know they can raise the price. They've done it in a quiet enough way with the OLED, which is going to take the place of the regular Switch. That one will be gone. The price for a Switch will now not be $300. It will be $350. When that one's gone, this will be it. I rest my case.
My mic is muted there. I have it muted for stream, bro.
I rest my case,
dude. Your case is so wrong.
I leave my.
I'm gonna mute you if you don't let me talk. I will finish this podcast, sir. I'm burying you right now because, quote unquote, roughly, you said they won't release something that's $50 because it'll hurt the sales of the other one. May I remind you of the $300 V2,
right,
and the $350
exactly.
And did they say we can't release it? Did they say? We can't release
they don't give a shit about that one now. They're trying to get rid of it.
And they're not going to give a shit about the OLED when the Pro comes out. Because listen, it's not going to be
because it's going to stick around.
They're not good. It is, dude. The V2's still around right now. It's on shelves. They're still making it. It's happening.
It will be gone though.
But just like the V1 is gone back then when the V2 came out, and they didn't care about the V1, and they're not caring about the V2 when this OLED came out, and they're not going to care about the OLED sales because they already sold it. It's already happened, dude. It's that when the Pro comes out again, it's not going to be a Pro. We're all having this mindset that's going to be a Steam Deck competitor Pro. That is not what we're going to get.
Mindset.
That's not what we're going to get. We're going to get something that is going to be a marginal, like you've said in the past, a marginal upgrade over what we've had previously it's going to be $50 more because they don't care about the OLED because they've already sold the OLED. They're going to try to sell this one. As long as the margins work, man, it doesn't matter because either people, if they want to switch, they're either going to buy the OLED or the quote-unquote Pro. And as long as they buy one of those, they don't give a shit if the OLED doesn't sell.
Let's take what you said right there.
We have to end this, by the way.
Real quick, I got one more thing. Let's take what you said there, and on that thinking, you are right about the incremental updates, because I do agree with you on that. But what I'm saying is, if there is a Switch, if they want to put out another Switch, which is a performance Switch, it will be in another price category. This one will still get incremental upgrades. You're right. It won't change price. It'll get incremental upgrades. But if they want to put something else out that is going to be an actual higher powered system, something in the Switch family, as they call it, it's going to be in a higher price range. It's going to be far enough away from this one that it's going to make the money on both sides. That's all I'm saying.
And with that, we're going to continue this conversation more in the after show with the stream. Thank you guys for hanging out in the stream. Yes. Don't go anywhere. We're still talking. We're still hanging out. Let's get to 25 likes. We're almost there, guys. Let's get there. Thank you guys for listening and watching this podcast on YouTube or wherever podcast app you watch or listen on. We appreciate you. We're going to catch you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think that our fighting was great. Drip and I we still love each other. We fight, but we love each other. It's fine. We will catch you guys in the next episode. We won't break up. We won't divorce. We will not stop making this podcast. We will make it again next week. Guaranteed Thursday at 8 p.m. Never wavering.
It's never any other time.
We'll see you guys next week.
Goodbye.